I use when I paint skin. Now, first of all, I remember when I used to be a little naughty boy sitting in church and I couldn't pay attention. And so my buddies would sit by me and they do this thing, how they grab your hand and make you do this, and then they pull the spider web off. Well, if you do that and move all the blood out of your skin, what color does it kind of come up with? Well, to me, it kind of comes up that color. Yellow ochre. So I'm going to squeeze some yellow ochre on here. Okay, so there's my yellow ochre. Now the next thing, but then when you let go, the blood comes back in. Well, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use alizarin crimson. There's my blood color. Okay, so I've got that there. So for my very, very basic colors, I'm going to use, and I'm not limiting to this, but for right now, I'm going to use yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, and white. So I'll squeeze some white down here. All right, now, when you look at a model, go sit there for a minute. Sit down, woman. No, that's how she treats me. It's my chance to get her back. Anyway, by the way, that's not true.
We know better than that.
No, actually, we're weird. We get along great, so I don't know what the problem is. Or do we? Anyway, well, I just thought she was hot, and I still do, and I hope she doesn't throw me out. Now, I'm going to get my stuff out here real quick. Hi. Sorry, you don't have to come back if you don't want, because... Okay, now...
It's worth it, really.
Okay, okay, great. Now, I have my towel.
Does this zoom in and out?
Yeah,
It does.
It's
on the top. I have my famous photographer, Steve, back there. He couldn't do anything else, so I'm letting him do this tonight. I'm letting him. I'm not paying him. Okay. Now,
I keep paying you.
did you pay me? Okay. Now, so what I do is I get these colors. Okay, like I told you, skin color, blood color. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'll put it here, and I'll put a little bit of this, and put it together. Okay, now, this is going to be my dark. I'm going to have 3 shades. I'm going to have dark, medium, and light. So I'm not going to mix anything because I've already got some on here, so I'll put that there. And then I'll just get a bunch of white, and guess what? That's my light. Now, I'm going to go back. Interesting. Anyway, so I'm going to get something about halfway in between. Okay. This is what I'm going to start off with in the skin. I'm going to have a dark, a medium, and a light. Now, I'm going to get this set up here, Steve, and if you can kind of get me how I should be. Maybe I'll take this down. Okay, and I always put a little stain on my canvas. I've just found that if you work with a white canvas, it's really hard, especially if you have to put white on it or a highlight. So I'll always just put a little stain on it. You know, actually, one more thing I'm going to tell you. When I draw on my canvas, when I'm drawing, I will use ultramarine blue to do my drawing. And the reason for that is it's a good color so you can see it, but the other thing is it doesn't bleed into the other colors. Now, if you want to have lots of fun, do your drawing with phthalo blue. because that's the only color you'll have, no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it though, just gotta be careful what you use it for. All right, so remember I talked about what I do is I'm gonna just make a shape that a face is gonna go in. Now you notice I'm not being real picky about that. I just whip something around because it's gonna go in there somewhere. I can always move it around. Or you know how when you play with clay or whatever and you're trying to do things, you kind of cut off the edge here and put some over here. You can do that when you're doing oil painting. Okay, so now I'm looking at that, and then I'm going to say, oh, where do the eyes look here? And guess what that is? That's the eye line. Okay, and then I know that this is going to be the center line where her nose goes. Okay, and then I know that, I turn this way a little more because you want to be straight on to me, okay? I know that about right in here, I'm going to have eyes. Okay. Then I also know that right in here, I'm going to have a nose. And about right in here, and let's see, so I've got this pupils right here and here, and I know that the edge of the mouth is going to come out right here. See, that, remember what we talked about. Then I'm going to come in, and I'm going to say, okay, so here's where her mouth goes. The bottom of her lips right here. I also see right down here the famous, anyway, so I look here, I look here. Now, as I'm looking, I can see that I have this right over here. It's kind of a shadow. I've got a shadow that comes here, and it comes over on the side. Doesn't it look just like Noreen? Exactly, identical twins. But we'll wait and see what happens, okay? Because we're doing this technique, and we'll see how it works. Okay, now, I've got at the side of her nose, you've got this, you've got this. Okay, well, I have my little triangle. See that? It comes here. There's that. This. Because can you see how her chin's? Noreen's one of those famous people that all the models are jealous of. They say, oh, she has great bones. I used to hear girls talk about it, and I thought, what are they talking about? But that's it. And luckily, some of my daughters have, and I don't even care. But anyway, we'll come here, and then I've got this top lip that kind of comes up here and this way, and it kind of goes down here in the middle. Now, am I too advanced for you yet? No, I'm not. This is beginner stuff. Okay, so I've got this here, and I'm seeing a little shadow that's right here. I'm seeing a shadow right down here. I can see I've got this hair that comes down this way, and this hair that comes this way. And when I'm looking, I'll see that this kind of comes up over here, and this goes over about this far. As it comes down, now I'm seeing the neck. Now this comes down, as I'm looking on her face, it doesn't come, well, she has this thing here, and then her jaw goes kind of straight down here and straight down here. And that's one of the things when I'm talking about those little things that you notice. Some of us have this little round thing. She's got this, and it comes like
Didn't have to
this.
say that, did you?
Then it comes like this, and then it goes like this. You see that? That's straight here, and then like, that's how she is. Now, you're not that way, you're not that way, you're not that way, you're not that way, and you're not, and you're not. You're just weird. Okay, now, so that's where that is. Now, I can look and see, here's the edge of her eye, and I can see, well, gee, it goes clear over to here where I'm looking. And I look at this edge of her eye and say, well, this doesn't, because the hair kind of comes right here. So I'm comparing. Where does it, here's this edge, how close is this? See, little things like that. Just kind of look to